Assalamu alaikum, dear students of Standard 6. In this winter season, good morning to all. Dear students, welcome back to my physics class. Today, I will explain some topics from chapter 1, volume and its measurement, unit of volume, volume of irregular object. So let's start the class. Volume and its measurement. Dear students, I think you can observe that your geometry box occupies lesser space than that of your science book. Again, two bricks occupy more space than that of one. So, the space occupied by any object has a name, and that is volume. So, what is volume? The space occupied by a body is known as its volume. To get volume, we have to multiply the area with the height. Look, here is a box. So it occupies some space, and that is its volume. Look, this is your science book. So the space occupied by the science book and the space occupied by the box is not the same. And here is a brick. And the space occupied by the brick, that is also not same like the science book or the geometry box. So different object has different volume, and the volume of any object can be obtained by multiplying length, breadth and height, or by multiplying the area with the height. So how can I measure the volume of a box? Look, here is a box. It is its length is L, its height is breadth or width is W, and height is H. So the volume of the box can be obtained by multiplying length, breadth, and height. So box equal to volume of the box equal to length into width into height. Now, the unit of volume. In international system of unit, the unit of volume is cubic meter. Look, cubic meter. So, the space occupied by a cubical body of length 1 meter, breadth 1 meter and height 1 meter is equal to 1 cubic meter. Cubical body means whose length, breadth, height all are of the same length. 1 cubic meter equal to 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter. That means its length is 1 meter, breadth is 1 meter and height is also 1 meter. So it becomes 1 cubic meter, that is or meter cube. In serious system, the unit of volume is cubic centimeter. In short, it is written as cc, cubic centimeter. C for cubic and C for centimeter, cc in short form. The volume of a liquid is measured in liter, where 1000 cc equal to 1 liter. Dear students, you have to also remember 1 cc equal to 1 milliliter. So 1 liter equal to 1000 cc, that is equal to 1000 milliliter. Dear students, these all informations are very much important for you for solving math or for solving the MCQ type of questions. Now, measuring the volume of solid of different size. It is easy to determine the volume of regular shaped body like brick or classroom by measuring their length, breadth and height and multiplying them. Dear students, you have to understand what is regular shape. Regular shape means the regular shape is the shape of a body whose length, breadth and height can be accurately measured by using an ordinary scale. But how can we measure the volume of irregular shape object? Yes, that is also possible. For determining the volume of the irregular shape object, we have to do one experiment. So we can do the experiment by using measuring scale, flask, measuring flask. So before doing this experiment, we will do the experiment by using an irregular shape object in the measuring flask. But we can also do another experiment before finding out the volume of the irregular shape object. We can do one thing. We can take one regular shaped body so that we become confident about using this method through verification. So for that, look at this figure. Here you are seeing a measuring flask. It is graduated. There is a graduated scale on the measuring flask, and we will take some water in the flask and label the water and mark the water level. Okay, then we will tie a regular shaped object with a thread and submerge the object in the water. Then we will see one thing, the water level will rise, because when any object is immersed in water, then some amount of water is displaced. Okay, the volume of that displaced water is equal to the volume of the object. You have to remember this. When any object is submerged in water, then an amount of water is displaced, and the volume of that displaced water is equal to the volume of the object. So here also we can see the water level will rise, and we will mark that level. Okay, so the previous water level will be subtracted from this present water level, and the difference of the water level will be equal to the volume of the object. Then we can also find out the volume of the object by using a scale, because it is a regular shaped body, so its length, breadth and height can be easily measured by using a scale, and by multiplying all length, breadth and height we can calculate its volume. So we can also verify that the volume that is measured by the difference of water level is equal to the volume that is measured by multiplying length, breadth and height. Now we will do the same experiment by using an irregular object. Look, here we will take some water in this measuring flask, and and also the mark the water level. Here the water level is up to 50 ml. Okay, then we will immerse the irregular shaped object. Irregular shaped object, I have told earlier to you that irregular shaped object is that object whose length, breadth and height cannot be measured accurately by using a scale. So here look, there is a stone or any piece of brick can be used here. So the stone is immersed in the water. Then what will happen? We will see the water level suddenly rises. Okay, then also mark the water level. Then we get that is 75 ml. So the difference of water is what? 25 ml. So the volume equal to 25 ml, that is equal to 25 cc. That can be also written as 25 centimeter cube. So the volume of the irregular shaped object is 25 centimeter cube. Is it clear to you? So look, mathematically we can use this formula. Before immersing the object, the volume of water is V1, and after immersing the irregular shaped object, the volume becomes V2. And we have to find out the volume of the irregular object, and that is unknown to us. That's why we have written here x, Vx. Vx, that means that is the volume of the irregular shaped object. That is equal to V2 minus V1. That means when the object is immersed in water, then the water level rises and that volume becomes V2, and from it we will subtract the previous volume, that is before immersing the object in the water, that is V1. So Vx that is the volume of the irregular shaped object equal to V2 minus V1. Is it clear? So look, so measuring volume of irregular solid object. So measure the volume of the liquid displaced when the object is submerged. Measure the initial volume of water in graduated cylinder. That means before submerging the object. Then submerge the irregular object. Measure the final volume of the water. The difference between the initial volume and the final volume, the volume of the object is obtained. Now, determination of the volume of liquid. Usually, we use a line marked measuring flux to determine the volume of liquid. Use the measuring flux below to measure the volume of liquid in the two cylinders and write the result in your notebook. So by seeing the figure, it is clear to you the volume of water here is 20 ml and here it is 60 ml. Dear student, now look here in this picture. Here is hot soup, okay, and here is ice, cold ice. So which one is hot and which one is cold? How can you understand? You can understand by seeing, you can understand, but you know, science means what? Science means experimental verification. Okay, so it is hot or it is cold, we can understand when we measure the temperature of these two objects. So for measuring temperature, what is needed? Do you know? Yes, for measuring temperature, one device is required and that is known as thermometer. So probably you are familiar with the word temperature in various ways. For example, the day's temperature is reported in television or radio news. Moreover, we have to often measure the temperature of someone suffering from fever. Isn't it? Sometimes you have fever and that times your mother or your father measures the temperature of your body. As per the International System of Measurement, the unit of temperature is Kelvin. However, Celsius or Fahrenheit unit is also widely used all over the world till now for practical purpose, especially to determine day's temperature or fever. This is the device by which we can measure the temperature. Here, the thermometer, in this thermometer, Celsius scale is used. So, temperature is measured by Kelvin, Celsius or Fahrenheit. In System International, the unit of temperature is Kelvin, but Celsius and Fahrenheit scale is widely used for measuring the temperature of fever or day's temperature. So here, look, from the graduated scale, it is understood the temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So dear student, this chapter is finished today, and in the next class I will explain some mathematical problem and creative questions. So till then, stay safe and stay strong. Thank you for watching my content.